All right, let me randomize this first one. And there we go. You'll have to do it again. At least it's easy to get to. I'm excited that I'll finally be done with this grind after next week. And then I'll have my weapon. I've always wanted to get the rank 14 stuff, and this time we did it. What, dead mines? When I'm not farming, which would probably be like around reset, I'm going to be done in 2 weeks, then I can run you through a dungeon or a couple. Because all my time dedicated on that game needs to be queuing, because it's a lot of honor. But if I'm done by like Sunday and I'm playing, I will definitely run you through. If I'm done by Sunday. Which I should be, but, you know, I don't want to give any guarantees because life is full of uncertainties. All right. Next two breaks are filling up. This one is good to go. Last night's stream was a good time, though. That dude turning around and running away from me was the highlight. Alright, I have a little bit of water. Should hold me over. Alright, let's get it started. Damn, I didn't even throw a ball at that. Alright. We're keeping it at 3 breaks for tonight. So, if you're thinking about getting in, now is your time. And then as soon as the 3 are full, I'll be posting for Friday. What a pack. First hit of this evening is a Radiant Zard. Frankie, very nice. Top loader had like a bunch of scratches on it. I threw it in the garbage. Another Zard on the tracker. Very large plays. And colorless is Michael. Zards are always a good thing. You can never have too many. The Spadoops for grass. How are you beautiful people doing this evening? Zard already, dude? Absolutely. How you doing, Ian? Aeon? Eon? Ian? Good? That's good to hear. Pretty good, just chilling? Very good. Just a basic Wednesday, you know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy. We're going to get some heat and just get the job done. Gonna just watch today? That's perfectly good. You're always welcome here. It doesn't matter if you buy in. We're only doing the 3 breaks tonight, so make sure you guys grab those spots while they're there. Because how it's going to go is people are going to wait too long, then it's going to sell out, and they're going to be like, Bees, you're doing number 4, right? And I'm going to be like, no, because we're doing 3. Then I can post Fridays. The Sinestro. Grass is Audrey. Audrey getting some heat to her week. She's got to keep warm. Yesterday we bought plants for like the garden, and this year, if they survive, if we weren't a little too early and overzealous, because I would have voted to wait, but you know. Haley was good to go. She's like, I need to plant some stuff. I was like, okay. So one of them are mammoth jalapenos, which I'm assuming are very large jalapenos, which I'm good with. and then the regular ones from last year. You had a patio and a fence put in last year, and before that, the deer would eat anything down to the ground. We have like 2 troughs that are raised off the ground, and they're pretty big. That's where we're planting stuff right now. You don't want to go to work tomorrow? I would say don't, but like, you probably should. Your yard is turning into more than a bare green patch with a white fence finally. Beautiful. Costco scammed me when I bought 2 blueberry bushes and they both died. When I followed all the instructions and planted it in the proper soil. They got my $20. They won't be getting it again. But I'm excited to see how big these mammoth jalapenos are. I grew up in the Chicago suburbs, but I recently, like within the past 4 or 5 years, got a house in Wisconsin. Tractor Supply has good berry bush tires this time of year, if you got any of those. We actually might. I just haven't seen it before. But it's probably like off of like one of those weird roads. Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, I feel like this is definitely, like, Wisconsin's definitely a good state for that store. How about you, Ian? If you don't mind me asking. I just, maybe like, Wisconsin is just like a little too tough on like berries. The best country in the world. Hey, I've been down there a couple times. It's beautiful. It was one of the states I definitely considered moving to when I was leaving Illinois. I'm not against it, Tetsnick, but the HOA would probably have me crucified. And then on top of that, the coyotes would 1,000% just destroy any chicken in my backyard. In Wisconsin, maybe raspberry is the play then. Blueberry is just too soft. Bro, you don't think a coyote can get into a coop? They will climb in there. Legit though, like I wouldn't be against it. Well, our plants in the trough, like we had too much almost. We did have too much. I had more than I could jar. And it's because it's like close to the house and most of the day the sun radiates off the back of the house. And it's just constant sunlight. Oh, 100%. In Italy, dude, we have, I have uncles that. Okay, that's on the top loader, not the card. Freaked out for a second there. We have uncles that have like farms and stuff like that, and we get like eggs from them. So good. And Audrey, honestly, that's a good plan. It's just how much time do I want to commit to doing that? Because you gotta baby them when they're starters. You gotta water them constantly, just to make sure they survive. They need enough time to grow before winter. I also need to stay on top of the wasps in my backyard because I was unaware of the tire-sized hive that was in the tree. I didn't see it until winter when all the leaves fell off. I was like, oh my god. How many times I've mowed the lawn underneath that and I almost died. Everything is smart. It's still like kind of cold here, like a little bit. Well, doesn't it like take like a full year before you even see fruit? If it's like a little starter. We're also doing onions and sugar snap peas this year. The skinny onions, not the big fat ones. Even though I wouldn't be against that either. Like holes. They produce. Gotcha. The Leafeon. Dude, grass popped off tonight. And a gold? Dude, grass is the type tonight. Don't let anyone tell you different. I was about to say, I was like, you just typed the same word twice, but then I realized it's ever instead of over. I'll give Zardbucks for that gold. And the Professor Oak. Very good. Solid first break. Prismatic is just getting closer and closer to a God Pack. It's going to happen any break now. Very good break. All right, so how are we looking for 2 and 3? I can't wait either. All right, I gotta update list. Give me 1 second. All right, 2 is good to go. Let me see how we're doing for 3. Three's got 2 left, but we're good to go for 2. All right. Very good. I'm a big fan of raspberries too, Audrey. That would be sick to have a raspberry bush. I'm really excited to see how big these mammoth jalapenos are going to be. They end up being smaller than the ones from last year. They're just like regular sized. I gotta get another workout in tomorrow. Try to go right when they open. You guys all sleeping on this Wednesday? What's going on? You're in paint making a diagram of all the plants in your backyard so you don't forget. Yeah, I'm not too knowledgeable about like what plants like complement each other, and I guess like our garden isn't diverse enough. But the tomatoes and jalapenos were in close proximity, and they both did well. What movie are you watching? Hulu recently added the Da Vinci Code, so I watched both of them while I was doing stuff today. The Denzel movie. Can you not say the title? What movie did you watch today? A Tom Hanks movie. Oh, it's a guessing game. The movie where he's an ex-CIA person. Forgot the name of the movie. Equal. There you go. I was gonna say Avenger, but I was like, no, that's not right. The third one was good. My favorite part of the third one is when he was talking smack to the one mafia boss. He's like, we're going to come after you. He's like, good, come. I'll be waiting. I was recently rewatching all the Star Wars, and I hadn't seen the first, like, episode 1 in a very, very long time. So I watched that recently. After rewatching them all, I'm literally like, I was talking about this with Kyle yesterday. Anakin did nothing wrong. Anakin was pushed to where he got by everyone around him, including like the good people in his life. The reason why Darth Vader happens is everyone else's fault. I guess Andor is coming out with a season 2. But after watching Rogue One, you know how it ends. He was easily manipulated, though. Yeah, but dude, that's product of environment. Literally, he was a slave his whole life. Of course, he's going to be easily manipulated. He was raised to follow orders. That's it. So when you got multiple superiors with conflicting orders, that's where it happened. And the fact that they treated him like crap. Another question I had too, that I haven't Googled yet. Like obviously, like we have Book of Boba Fett, right? Where his dad Jango Fett was the Mandalorian. Like he was a Mandalorian. He had the armor, but like he didn't walk the way, dude. He always took his helmet off, and then he was literally all of the clones. If you're not supposed to show your face, but you're literally, your face is being shown by making all the clones. I just didn't understand that. I was like, then how was it like after the planet got bombed? I'm missing like a lot of like in between info by not like watching certain things. Do you walk the way of the Mandalore, dude? Have you bathed in the living waters beneath the mines of Mandalore? Alright, dude. I'm hacking. I don't even know how many shinies that is. I'm averaging one a week right now. Shiny number 5. I'll check the IV on it later. That is nutty. That was an event Pokemon too, I think. It had the stars next to it. What'd you get out of your egg? And did the stats stay good? Or did they reset like they did for all my other eggs? We had water, by the way. James, very nice Lapras. IV of 18, so like pretty average. The Belly Bolt. I figured. I wish the egg was that way, where like all the stats were perfect. It should be, honestly, because it's rare enough to get an egg, and then it's difficult to hatch it. You should get bonus money when you catch a shiny, because I'm like perpetually never having enough by the time I run out of Ultra Balls. Alright, Prismatic. Put the cherry on top now. Lit Leo. Pokeball for fire. Joseph, very nice. Again, another card that like I'm not sure if I've pulled, just because this set is so just thick. It's got a lot of cards. After I'm done with this character in WoW, like done, I'm probably gonna make my way back to DayZ. The people in DayZ on that server have been living without fear for too long that I might not just snipe someone from like 1,000 meters out. It's time for me to bring war to the server. Which I don't even know if that server we played on is still active, I'm going to be honest. Enough time has passed where, like, these server popularities just go all over the place. Another solid break. I'm assuming 3 got filled because there was 2 spots left. If I go there and I see 1 spot left, I'm gonna snap, dude. I'm gonna lose it. Not really, but. Gorgeous heads. This break combination is pretty fuego. We're getting some good heat out of this. That's what I love to see. Feast has been posted. The feast hasn't been like filling until right when I'm live. That's the reason why I haven't done more than one. If that changes, then obviously I change. Looks like spots were already taken in the feast. Beautiful. All right. Number 3 is good to go. Damn, I didn't make dinner. Well, guess I'll figure that out when I'm done. All right. Good luck, everybody. Some final heat for this week, this evening. Feast is posted once more. Spots are already being taken as we speak. If we fill it quick, I'll potentially post another one. Dragonite. Gotta love some Dragonite. Sunflora. Dude, grass tonight has just been popping off. I don't understand. It was just its time. Lady's mom on the phone trying to get us to help her to get her TV to work. Ah. Yeah, my grandparents, years ago, up until, I only got one left now, they had like the standard TVs with like the red, white, and yellow wires, and for the cable box or the satellite, they had to keep it on channel 3. If they accidentally change that channel, the TV's broken. TV's broken, doesn't work. I don't know how to fix it. So someone's got to go to the house and just change the channel back. I think at one point they taped off the remote so they couldn't like even hit the button. Video chat. Video chat would be your play for that. And if they don't know how to video chat, good luck, because it's not happening. because we tried explaining and teaching them that if you change the channel, all you got to do is just make sure it's on channel 3. I don't know. It's too hard. I'll take a wheezing. Just give me another shiny while we're at it. Since I'm just catching them left and right now. You did that to your grandma so she wouldn't change the channel? Is there some reason she turned the volume level to max? It must be an age thing because, like, I remember, like, obviously when I was very, very young, like, my parents were better at, like, using the computer than I was, but I was, like, 4 years old, 5 years old. And you just hit a point where then you know more than them, and then they, like, regress, where technology is just, like, a headache. It's bothersome. I don't know why that is. That's a gorgeous alt, by the way. I'll take a wheezing. Beautiful. Couple years back, I remember my dad had to, like, take a picture or, like, scan a picture of his ID to, like, email it to something. And he's like, yeah, I need your help. The ID isn't scanning. And I was like, okay, what were you doing? He laid his ID on the screen of his phone and was like, it's not scanning. And I just started laughing. And he's like, well, what's so funny? I was like, okay, the phone is going to scan the ID or take a picture of it with either of the cameras that you have on your phone. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, so what's the screen going to do? And he, like, paused, and he's like, shut up. And I just started laughing. Trying to scan something with the screen of your phone is peak old man. I love it. That's when I knew. It's all downhill for me. No, but still love him, obviously. It looked a little, like, square on a couple of those cards, but not enough. You think you did it? That's good. Did you video chat, or you were able to describe it? Alright, come on. What else we got? These breaks are just giving us some very good hits, though. Ah. Well, that's good. At least it saves a trip. Weren't you helping them from a different house? Or this was the same house? Oh, yeah. Then you can't drive to help. Never mind. I guess I assumed. What trip? Fair. The Rabambi. I also made a new macro on my mage. Whenever I cast, like the instant cast Pyroblast, like the thing that deletes people, I slash yell Krakatoa every time I cast it now. Honestly, 10 out of 10 improvement. Makes me laugh every time. So whenever I shoot a fireball out, my character just yells Krakatoa. And if you don't understand that reference, I'm disappointed. There's a weak aura that whenever you land a crit as a mage, you get an Owen Wilson wow. And I have to find it and download it. Hearing an Owen Wilson wow every time I land a crit is 10 out of 10. That's a Master Ball Bronzor. That's steel. Back-to-back steel. I mean, you could download the same thing. I'm sure it's just for whenever you crit. I think hunters crit a lot, especially like late game. Come on. At this point, I'm just waiting for the God Pack to happen, because I know it's going to happen any day now. You can like make those, I think. But the Owen Wilson wow is 10 out of 10 hilarious. And the Fighting Pokeball to close us out. Guys, thank you for a very efficient but full of heat evening. Friday will pop off a little bit more. But 3 was a perfect number for this evening. I'll be live on the gaming channel tomorrow and back here on Friday. Let's try to fill up that feast so we can maybe do more than one. yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow on the gaming channel and back here on Friday. Other than that, love you all. You're all beautiful. Have a good rest of your evening.